wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. All right, now we were looking for some Joe Biden news. Now, the Senate has sent the foreign aid package to Joe Biden's desk. So right now, it's sitting on his desk waiting to be signed. In a 79-18 vote last night, senators approved a couple of things. In this package, they include $60 billion of aid to Ukraine.
Lord have mercy.
$26 billion to Israel.
Lord have mercy.
And $8 billion for security in Taiwan.
Lord have mercy. Nothing
right.
for America.
And legislation that
Not a
gives
damn
TikTok's parent company 9 months to sell the social media app or see it banned in the U.S.
And they taking away TikTok. They don't want to give you nothing, and they taking away things that you enjoy. Lord have mercy.
So that's sitting on the president's desk, I guess, waiting for the president to sign. So when the president gets back, he can sign it, and we're going to be sending 60 bill, 26 bill, 8 bill, and then banning TikTok.
Wow.
Not a damn thing for America. Meanwhile, people in America trying to keep a roof over their head and keep some food on their table. Lord have mercy. And you taking away their TikTok. What are we to do?
What?
Now, also, the Federal Trade Commission votes to ban non-compete agreements. Now, if you don't know what a non-compete agreement is, that's if you, let's say you work at Macy's and they say that you can't work at JCPenney's for another 30 days or 60 days. They're taking that away because it's hurting people. If you can't work for 30 days or 60 days in that market, it really can affect you, how you pay your rent, how you pay your car note, how you pay your health coverage. So they're looking to ban non-compete agreements.
The vote happened just moments ago, and the measure passed by a margin of 3-2. Now, this is what they call a proposed final rule that would, in effect, ban most businesses from using non-compete clauses in hiring. The measure won't go into effect immediately. There is a period of time of about 180 days where this has to be worked through the process, but they're saying that under the new rule, new non-compete clauses will be banned for lower-level employees, and for higher-level employees, what they're calling senior executives, existing non-compete clauses will still be allowed. However, for the rest of us who are not senior executives, non-compete clauses that are in effect now will be unenforceable once this measure finally does go through.
That used to be a huge deal in radio back in the day. Because if you would get fired from a radio station, you would have to sit out for 6 months because usually the competitor would hire you immediately if you were, decent,
right,
or good, or great, right? So that used to be a big deal. Now it ain't nowhere to go.
Yeah,
if they're getting rid of non-compete clauses like that, then that means everybody's already consolidated in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
So you saw one big company anyway. Or there's just simply no place to go.
Yeah, well, it affects people because now, usually, like you said, people couldn't work for 6 months. They couldn't work in that field for 6 months and had to find a job and then come back, but that's a good thing. And lastly, yesterday was the 6th day of Donald Trump's hush money trial, and we seen testimony from David Pecker, who is the former CEO of The Inquirer, and talks about some of the things that he did that was possibly not true.
Yesterday, new details unraveled out of a Lower Manhattan courtroom as veteran tabloid publisher David Pecker took to the stand, giving intimate details about his relationship with Trump and the role he played to catch and kill stories. Now, Pecker says around 2015, when Trump eyed the White House, he was asked by Michael Cohen and Trump what he could do to help the campaign. Well, Pecker testified he met with Cohen and Trump and pledged to run flattering stories about Trump and hit jobs on Trump's opponents, including a false story claiming Senator Ted Cruz's father was involved in the JFK assassination. Well, Pecker going on to say he also offered to be the campaign's eyes and ears to alert Cohen if he caught wind of any potentially damaging stories. Well, prosecutors allege the effort was a way to illegally influence the election.
Jesus.
It's April.
That's crazy.
It's April, almost May. And all we talking about in regards to our presidential candidates, like all the news we talking about, have nothing to do with us, the American people.
Nope.
Like you see all this money going to foreign countries, right?
Yep.
You see Trump in court.
Yep.
You look up stories about Biden, and this Morehouse doesn't want him being the commencement speaker. And today it's his uncle may have been eaten by cannibals during World War II. But it's nothing about what either one of these individuals want to do for us, the American people. Somebody not doing their job on the campaign trail. Either that or the media is not doing a good enough job. One of the two.
Well, that is front page news. When we come back, we have some more Trump news. We'll tell you about the gag order and how Trump got fined yesterday in court. We'll tell you about that. But everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The
Morning,
Breakfast
everybody.
Club.
It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, yesterday in sports, the Clippers beat the Mavericks. The Mavericks beat the Clippers 96-93. The Pacers beat the Bucks 125-108. And the Timberwolves beat the Suns 105-93. Now, Ryan Garcia talks about the fight over the weekend and talks how he was trolling a lot.
He's telling me that you trolled the entire world with the fight. So was this all an act? What part of it was real? Tell us about it.
My cameraman Chance, Ajay's there. Hey, we have it pre-recorded months ago. What did I say was gonna happen? I said I'm about to make sure everybody thinks I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I don't know what made me come up with the idea. Honestly, I just one day just decided just to go all in and just commit to a plan that I had, and I was not going to budge for nobody. What was real though is at times I did drink a little bit during camp because I like to drink.
Well, it's obvious he was trolling. I mean, the fact we even asking that after what we saw on Saturday night, it's like, yes, it's obvious he was trolling.
And I told you, I was at a restaurant Thursday night, and I seen him there with a bunch of chicks, and he was drinking. I was like...
You ain't see him drinking.
I did, but I just
you
assumed...
You didn't see him drinking.
No, I did, but I assumed it was water, because I was like, there's no boxer that's going to drink before a fight. So I'm like, it had to be water. I mean, he was...
Once again, it's part of the act. I'm going to go out to a public place where I know a lot of people are going to be at.
When I could possibly be recorded.
That's right. And I'm going to show out.
No, you can't record in there,
and then people and then people will go and talk about what they saw. And one of those people might be a radio personality who got a morning show. Yeah.
That I was just on.
That was, he was just on.
It
worked. And it worked for him. I can't wait to see those pay-per-view numbers.
Now, also, he talks about how he feels about Donald Trump.
So how do you feel about the President Trump?
He's just a real individual that really loves the American people, and he tried his best to, tackle the real things that are affecting the American people, and they didn't like it because that side likes to push agendas, and Donald Trump's not about that. He's the only president that ever said Jesus is his name. Whether it's authentic or not, we don't know, but we do know he said Jesus is his name. And at the end of the day, that's a man that I could get back on because none of these politicians, they'll say everything but Jesus. So shout out Donald Trump. I will be voting for him. I would love to be part of his campaign because I'm a master promoter. So shout out Donald. Donald, hit me up.
Well, that's his opinion.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at him for his opinion. You know what I mean? If his opinion on who he's voting for gets you upset, then you need to get your priorities.
And his reasoning. I respect his reasoning.
That's his opinion.
But I don't think Donald Trump's the only politician that said Jesus.
He said Jesus. Well,
He's probably not. But once again, that's his opinion.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Trump's selling Bibles.
He's selling Bibles. And Trump's going to use that to say, see, Mexicans love me. You stupid. Okay? Mexicans love me.
Even after everything I said, they love me still.
Now, also, Donald Trump was fined yesterday in court because he's not following the gag order.
Well, right now, we are still waiting for Judge Merchan ruling on whether Trump violated the gag order in the case with recent social media posts and comments about certain people involved in the trial. Well, prosecutors are asking the judge to fine Trump $1,000 per violation. And while the judge can impose imprisonment, the prosecution isn't seeking that just yet, but the former president not mincing words.
We have a gag order, which to me is totally unconstitutional. I'm not allowed to talk, but people are allowed to talk about me. So they can talk about me, they can say whatever they want, they can lie, but I'm not allowed to say anything. I just have to sit back and look at why a conflicted judge has ordered me to have a gag order. I don't think anybody's ever seen anything like this.
I don't know why they waste their time. Trump is clearly above the law. Like, they have no system in America that can prosecute somebody like Donald Trump. Rich, white male, former president, please. He wipes his ass with gag orders. You can't shut him up. You can try. But even when they do the gag orders, there's never any consequences to him speaking out the way he did.
But not only that,
they don't ever enforce them.
Trump is rich. I mean, he just
Allegedly.
had to put $140-something million in a bond, right? So what is $1,000 going to do to Donald Trump?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how you even enforce a gag order on Donald Trump. Like, what do you do?
And lastly, they're saying tipflation is up right now. And tipflation is, they're saying Americans are spending more on tipping because they're saying people are feeling guilty for not tipping more. So when people are dropping off your Uber Eats or, you know, or you go to a restaurant, people are tipping a lot more. Are you tipping a lot more?
Yes, especially when it comes to my food, because I want to secure the fact that nothing is going to happen to my food. So I always tip a lot more. I don't care. Especially, well, it depends on the service, but I actually haven't been getting bad service. Like you talking about like Uber and all of that stuff. Yeah, I do.
I see myself tipping more a lot.
I do.
A lot more recently.
Especially with DoorDash and stuff like that. These people handling your food. They gotta bring it. And then actually after hearing all those stories where people been eating people food and all that, and they will eat your food if you don't tip and all of that. No, I'm tipping you. What's up? How you doing? How's your day? Get to see grandmother. Whatever. But bring my food.
Charlamagne?
Yeah, I've always felt like I was a good tipper. But yeah, definitely even more so now because I guess the more I acquire, you know, the more I feel like I want to tip as well because and just because I care about people and I know folks that's out here struggling, especially places that you frequent all the time, right? Like the parking garage, or like, you know, there's a juice bar I like to go to all the time. I see these individuals all the time, and like a lot of, especially in the juice bar, there's kids working in there. So they be happy when they get like a 20% tip, or you hit other and put in your own tip.
That's right.
They be happy about that, you know. So of course.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, when we come back, NLE Chopper will be joining us. He has a new single out right now. It's called Slut Me Out 2.
But get that in the system, please. I want to hear that while we're playing NLE Chopper's interview, man, because I think that record is a very positive record. A lot of self-affirmations, positive affirmations in that record.
You going to do the dance?
No. I'm a grown-ass man.
Let's see if you get to
Boy, you be that way up here trying to shimmy and get jiggy and all that.
I like to dance like big back women.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. It's the funniest ever.
NLE Chopper, when we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.